1 в эфире.
Hi everyone, I'm very happy to welcome you, dear partners, friends, speakers of our international Sky World community, and everyone who has joined our historical event. Do you hear me well? How do you see me? Please put plus on comments if it is okay. Okay, waiting for your pluses. All right, good. If you see me well and hear me well, I'm ready to begin. Well, I'm really honored to be the host of the conference devoted to the launch of the Smart World Community Training and Adaptation platform on the international level. Now, our conference is live broadcasted in 4 languages. These are English, Vietnamese, Kyrgyz, and Spanish. The scope is really impressive. All right. Oh my God. I just was about to forget to introduce myself because I was overwhelmed by emotions. Well, I'm Yana, and I'm going to be the host of the Level Up conference today. I will spend this event together with you. And let's get acquainted. Well, please write in your comments where are you from and what you do. While you are writing, I'm going to introduce myself. Well, I'm not just the host of the Level Up conference, but I'm also a methodologist of Sky World Community Department, and we are preparing the adaptation and training platform. Well, what I do? Developing online courses, programs, interviewing experts, and providing you with high quality educational materials. Well, wow, I see so many comments. This is really great. I'm intrigued to visit the comments and read about you. Well, I will do it a little bit later, but really soon, because now our speakers are already waiting to begin. But before I turn the floor to the speakers, I will tell you about the programs of the conference and introduce you to the concept of the Smart World Community Platform. Please turn your attention to the screen.
Education is the force for progress. This truth has been known since ancient times. People have constantly strived for knowledge, expanding the boundaries of the unknown for centuries. Now it's hard to imagine how they read by candlelight, spent weeks trying to get from one country to another, or had to draw portraits instead of taking photo in a couple of seconds. And there are thousands of such examples, but thanks to progress and a strong desire to improve the quality of life, all these difficulties are in the past. Despite the fact that many people aspired to education, it was not so easy to get it. It was a privilege of the upper classes, and most people could only dream of mastering basic skills, for example, reading or writing, which are taught from an early age nowadays. However, now, with the advent of the internet, education has become much more accessible. Almost everyone can get it. People have a huge scope for self-development. Thanks to online training, we can master an advanced specialty, develop useful skills, learn new languages, get additional education, meet interesting people, and all this without leaving home. The importance of self-development is growing every day, and today no one will deny that a modern person needs to study constantly in order to keep up with the times and maintain a decent living standard. Additional education and new skills help you find yourself, your vocation, find new acquaintances and contribute to the development of society. Realizing how much knowledge is in demand in modern society, we have created a Smart World Community Adaptation and Training Platform, a marketplace of courses in a variety of areas: psychology, marketing, personal brand development, sales, social networking and many others. This is a place where you can get comprehensive knowledge in the field you are interested in and become a certified specialist. The SWC Adaptation and Training Platform provides access to information and knowledge from around the world, because international speakers with practical experience in their fields participate in the development and presentation of courses. Developing in 25 countries, Smart World Community will become an accessible platform for residents of the most remote corners of the earth. It will not only help expand the boundaries of the community but also allow partners and co-owners of Skyway transport technology from around the world to receive additional education right inside our ecosystem. Our community is developing day by day. We are growing, expanding the scope of our capabilities, and are not going to stop. We value and encourage the development of our partners, because the growth of each of them as a specialist leads to the growth of the entire community. Smart World Community is an opportunity to develop, reach new heights, and ensure your prosperous financial future.
Well, let's talk about our platform. So, Smart World Community is a complete educational ecosystem which enables you to become the part of the global community by developing efficiently and improving your professional skills. So, I would like to highlight that the program foundation was based on the experience of over 600,000 partners speaking more than 15 languages in 205 regions of the world. Well, actually, you can become a student of the SWC Adaptation and Training Platform right now by registering on the website. Well, the link you can find in the description of our broadcast. Well, welcome. And well, they say that you have already done so, and this is great. Well, today, a little bit later, I will tell you more about the platform. But now you should know that we have spent a long time getting prepared, and we're collecting the best knowledge all over the world for you. Well, now about the main thing of the day, the program and the speakers of Level Up conference. Today, the following professionals, speakers, and trainers of the program will share with you their knowledge and experience. The first speaker will be Kristiaan van den Vyver, will speak about the subject how to build a team and the environment and improve performance together. The second speaker will be Irina Kramarenko. So she will tell you how to engage people in social networks to become SWC partners. The third speaker will be Alexey Sukhodoev, and he will share the secrets of SWC, how we combine the world practices with new technologies. Speaker number 4 will be Nikolai Reva, will share life hacks on the subject how to make a friend of a cold client. And Michael Bang will finish our training day with how to stop fearing refusals and start selling. Are you ready? Then let us grow 5 levels up. I turn the floor over to the first speaker and declare the Level Up Conference open. Well, attention, SWC Ambassador in Nigeria, Professor of Philosophy and Study of the World and Community Development, Kristiaan van den Vyver, with the subject how to build a team and the environment and improve performance together.
Go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. How to create a team and environment to increase results together. Very important. Don't count the days, but make the days count. If we understand this, then everything changes in our community. Myself, I'm Kristiaan van den Vyver. In the Skyworld Community Project since 2017, ambassador for Nigeria and curator for Belgium. I'm married with Laura van den Vyver. Her life has also completely changed in Skyworld Community. Now, I've met Laura van den Vyver. I met her in a presentation what I did. She was there and we falling in love. And she falling in love on the project, and we falling in love together. Laura's life is now completely dedicated to Skyworld Community, and she's building a strong team in Nigeria. In addition to having our own teams together, we also work as a very powerful team. This is important. In a relationship, you work together. Also, with family members, with friends, with everybody around you. And today, I'm going to share with you some tips on how to create a strong environment. To work as a team, it is important to learn how to communicate properly, because many things what you say wrong can attract the wrong people. Good communication is the heart of great teamwork. Great teams communicate well, and often members enjoy sharing ideas, brainstorming together, asking for feedback, and receiving objects. On this way, you can create something together and learn people understand each other. These do not mean that team members always agree. And believe me, in my team, everybody is not always agree. But they can communicate through their differences to find a reasonable solution and keep moving forward as a team. This is what makes us strong. And this is what makes us different. We are different cultures. We are all not the same. But when we start to talk, we create something that is this understanding. And the most important thing, what I have learned, is learn to listen to each other. And this is very important. If you want to learn something, learn to listen. This is one of the first important things. First, let's get a feel the difference between asking people the right questions. And this is why I want that you have the right questions. In friendly ways, to invite somebody simple to invitation. Start with a simple question. Must not always go about business. This is the more direct method, what I go explain to you. It works well in less formal situations. Whatever you know someone well or you don't know him, you can use these questions to make an invitation. Also, sometimes we are afraid to invite friends of people who we see long time no more. Or sometimes we don't know what we must say. Here, a few ideas from myself. Are you free to, and then you can invite many points, but I give you one idea. Are you free to catch up for a coffee after the class, of after the work, of that we can drink something together, after the football, of after our church? You have many things how you can talk together and invite somebody. Another one, are you doing anything? Are you doing anything on Sunday? Maybe we could hang out somewhere. We can hang out to this. We cannot do this. We can go to the football. We can go to the golf club. We can go together to somewhere or to the cinema. Yeah. We would like you to catch a movie this weekend. This is also another one. Some people is afraid to talk to each other because they're afraid to say that he go say, oh, I don't have time. And always people thinking that other people don't have time. Try to talk with them and make an appointment with each other. Do you want to go to an info meeting after the work? I have something very great that you can hear the info meeting, that you must hear this. I go together with you. Let me go together. And this is a simple thing how you can invite. You can see from such simple questions how important it is that add specifics so that people understand you better and agree with you more easily. This is why, my friends, start to talk to people. If you not talk, it's coming never out. A second tip. Find out what the person's desires are. I come back on this point. What the person does. Maybe you don't know them. Maybe you see them on a bus stop, or maybe you see them in a big conference. Address their needs in what they like to do. Now, if you want to get the attention of someone, always talk about the things that can concern the person, about the things that the person is interested in, and then pass on your subject that you want to discuss with this person. Never start directly about this business. Go to things what the person like. Make it open. This is like an egg. An egg is hard. You know that you can put on an egg a car and that he not can break if you do it careful. But if you want to do it wrong, you break everything. This is why I do it in the correct way. Never start a conversation with what you need. This is what I said to you already. Always focus on the person you are speaking with, on what is important and necessary for him and for her. Find this first out, what this person like. And never think that the person don't have time. Because I tell you one thing in my life, I lose in my life two very different people to think I must not visit them, or I must not go to there, because these people go have never time, they stay in other business. But other people in my team, they visit them and they invite them. And these two people who are talking now, they are now on the moment top expert in the company. This is why never think in other people's place. Okay? It is important to learn this sincerely, to have an interest in another person. Without these skills, people will feel that you want something from them and that you will not trust you. This is why, my dear friends, we must learn it. We must do it. The number 3, always be prepared to eloquently explain your story. What drove you to the start of the company? What problem are you attempting to solve? What entices you to put in the hard work necessary to grow a business? Motivate you to put hard work in necessary to grow a business. What motivate you? And these is things what you must find out. What motivate you? Motivation is a very important thing, my friends. Very, very important. Every organization has an origin story. So prepare to tell your story. And this is why that you must prepare yourself on the correct way. Forming a team begins with a clear idea of what you want to accomplish and what it will take. To form effective teams, establish teamwork. You need a clear understanding of the team's strategic goals. Every team member should know that all their day-to-day tasks are part of the overall plan. Please, my friends, make planning, make a task. I've learned this because in the beginning I did it, and my structure and my things, I lose it because I say, oh yeah, I go do this today, and I not make a task and I forget to call. Oh, I call him tomorrow and I forget it again. And then later, the people, you lose it. Remember one thing, don't forget nothing in a setup. By thinking through the structure of each project and making detailed plans and schedules to leaders. The leaders should set goals for them. Be a leader and set goals. A goal is very, very important. And these goals must be clearly defined, measurable, and achievable with a given time frame. Give it a time frame. Put a day when you want this. If you want to go, take not goals only in tomorrow. Take a goal what you want now in 3 months, a goal in 6 months, in 1 year, in 2 years. But plan your goals. Plan a setup, how you want, what you want go. Another thing, it's not stay in my picture now, but what you advise to do in the future, make a vision board. We can go to this later. Later I can explain you what is a vision board. But make a vision board and hang it on the place where you come the most of the times. Tip number 4. Always tell the truth. And my friends, here we are. Always tell the truth. The biggest problem with people in the network is that people want to imagine it bigger and bigger nowadays. And it's not only in Europe, it's not only in Africa, it's not in South America, it's not in Asia, it's everywhere in the world. What we want to make it always bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, like it is. want to present nicely, want to present something different from reality. And people will turn a finger into an arm and they won't tell to the truth. And you know what Pinocchio say? If you don't tell the truth, you have a bigger nose. Yeah. And this is what I want, that I won't see nobody with big noses. Because, my friends, we won't tell only the truth. If you tell the truth, people believe you. Likewise, in a team, the members must have a clear division of rules and responsibilities. Don't lie to your team about these responsibilities. Take this very, very serious and work with your team very correctly. Like many people, things try to say, oh, we go have this and we do this, and next year we have this, and next month we have this. And later you cannot make it because you make from something different. Don't do it, please. One of the biggest obstacles to effective teamwork is not understanding who does what. And this is, wait, man, people, very important. Everyone should understand what is expected of him, what task he has to perform, and in what time frame. Each person should be responsible for a specific part of the project and understand the importance of his area, of his work, to overall goal. I hope that you understand this, my dear friends. This is very important, that one of the biggest obstacles to effective teamwork is not understanding who does what. And this is why we must everything understand very, very clear. The fifth tip, a good leader should encourage his team to collaborate and cooperate. And what we have many times in our teams is we registration somebody and we have the first investment done, and later we don't follow it up. And I must tell to myself many times that I must also structure on this following up, but this is for a later and for somebody else. But follow up your people, collaborate together, do things together, don't do it alone. The biggest workers in the world don't work alone. The biggest people in the world share things with each other and let the ball rolling and let the ball rolling. And it's like a snowball, eh? If you make a small ball in the snow, it will be bigger and bigger and bigger if you let them rolling. And this is what we must do. Work and collaborate together. Yeah? A team always has to work together and share ideas. And don't be afraid to listen to each other, and don't break every time every people in a community, or when somebody have an idea. Maybe you have an idea and it is maybe not 100% to what we can in our plans. Well, let the people talk. Work, listen to them. Maybe there comes something out what you can use. Effective team implies trust. And trust, my friends, I'm so sensitive on trust. My personal is trust for me one of the number ones. One of the number ones. And you can break me or you can make me when is the trust there. In one another and willingness to make efforts to solve common problems. Employees should have ample opportunities to ask questions, offer advice, or ask for help if they need it. And please ask always to them, say to them, listen, I'm be there, but not say it only, I'm be there. Be there and follow your people and go to them and make time for them. But don't be a slave for them. This is different. Don't be a slave for with the people who you work. If the people with who you work together and make it something. But this is not meaning that you give lesson to somebody, that you must do everything. Also, the people must coming out of the comfort zone. Yeah, but it's very important to learn how to interact with people properly. Working in a team is a lot of work. And I can tell you, it is a lot of work. Myself, together with Kat Jacobs, maybe you know her already a longer time, we have worked a long time together. And also now. And this is why I say we are a team. We are work also in my teams in Nigeria. With Ferdinand, with Falade, with all the big leaders there, we work together. We listen to each other. We give ideas to each other. And we setting up. Working as a team is a lot of work. Especially when you are a leader and you have to manage people. Set tasks for the whole team and determine your strategy for the development of your project. My friends, we have so a great project. I'm a blessed person that long time ago, in 2016, already my sponsor, he have invited me to this project. But before my brain was clear, I started in 2000, in the beginning of January 2017. But in 2016, he have introduced me already in this. And you can see, it is not that you not want on that moment, that a little bit later you can go in. And this is why work strategy, management skills, they are taught in universities. They are whole profession devoted to effect team management. This is why we must learn schooling. Schooling many times. I'm not the person who, my personality, I don't the person who like many text. Give me more videos, presentations. These go in myself, better in my brain. But for some other people, they like to read books, big books. And they like to do this also. Do what you are good and listen to each other. But what do you do when you have your own team, but do not have time to go to university and to get a management education? What to do? And this is what we're going to do. The answer is study online. Study online. Study online in the community, what we have set up especially for you. Smart World Communities. Yes, my friends, Smart World Communities. Say it for yourself, put it in your head, and bring it to the front. Listen again, put it in your head. Smart World Communities. Give you this opportunity to learn for, yes, free. This is a golden lesson, something what is free, but paid by a company for millions, and we give it for free. The only thing is, be there. Be one of the people. Follow it. Learn it. The adaptation and learning platform will be available for registration from today, completely free of charge. My friends, what you want more? You have an opportunity that the company, Sky World Community, give a lesson in Smart World Community. But dear friends, be there. Be together with your leaders. Gradually, different courses will be added there, from public speaking to team management skills. All the people have there already done a lot of lessons from many speakers in the world, from many books what you have learned. And now we go education this and we go give it to you for free. In many companies, people must pay thousands of dollars in this. And we go do it free for you. A wide variety of courses will be adopted to countries and translated into different languages. Yes, my friends, we go try to make it everywhere in your language, because that you understand very clear what we communicate. This is a unique opportunity to get the most in-demand knowledge in the world, which will help you in your work and allow you to improve your results. And for this, we work together. I'm very proud to tell you about this opportunity. You see me, how much I want everybody of my team and everybody in the world must be inside in this. And it's really a unique opportunity. You will be accompanied in the courses by specialty trainer trackers to provide you with the most effective training possibilities. And this is why, my dear friends, be there. I not beg you, eh? This is an opportunity. Write this before your bed. I have a big opportunity. Here you see one of the trainers in the program profile. You see here how we go set it up. They will be convenient and useful to function that will allow you through this all the training gradually without losing your focus. They have trained now step by step by step to bring this very clear to you. You go see this soon in these presentations where people say that you learn the course, how it come on, how we bring it in. All the training will be hosted in our own IT platform. Yes, we have our own IT company from ourselves who make this all for us. We are lucky people, you understand this? Everybody in your country, in your own country, you are blessed people, very blessed people, that we all can work together and that we can work together in this opportunity. New courses will be gradually be added to the IT platform because step by step by step, you cannot building a tower from the top. You're building from first. The first thing is a very strong foundation. Like in Dubai, we can build in Dubai a very strong foundation from the desert, and we can build towers to very, very, very high towers. One of the highest go now build, but you must start from down, and we go build it up, and every time we bring something inside. And this is what we go do. We go bring you, when you're interested, only when you're interested, we bring you to the top. When you have the power to work together with us, we bring you to the top. Like Joniski said, together we make the world better. New courses will gradually be added to the IT platform. The Smart World community team carefully researches the market and studies people's needs. And this is what we have done in the years. We have seen what was good, what was wrong, and this is what we do. Only the most essential training that is in demand around the world will be added to the platform. And you see already a few of our people. There will be all kinds of training from the world experts that will allow you to add new useful experience into your life. My friends, I'm so happy that I can share this with you, that we can bring it together. This is why. Take now, on this moment, register now. I want to see many registrations now. I want to see where stay the right people in Asia. Asia, you ready? Yes? Europe, you ready? And Africa, you ready? South America, you ready? Everybody in the world, you ready? Because now register, invite your colleagues and friends to participate in the adaptation and learning platform. And learn now to make your life better. If you have a chance in your life to do it, and you have now a chance to grab it, take it. Because if you not take it, one time it passed you, and it is gone. This is why, grab it now, my friends, everywhere in the world. I'm very proud to you, in everybody in the world, that we can do it together. Your self-development today is your confidence for tomorrow. And this is why our leaders, we work always together. So I thank you so much. My name is Dr. Kristiaan van den Vyver, ambassador for Nigeria and curator for Belgium. I love you all, my friends. We love Skywheel community, Smart World community. We be here for you. Together, we make the world better. Bye-bye.
Kristiaan, thank you so much for this really, really important information. Well, friends, please really think about what Kristiaan said, because it is absolutely true that like-minded people and the environment help us achieve better results, help us achieve our goals. So, Kristiaan has really motivated us for success. This is really, really cool. Thank you, Kristiaan. And, well, getting together a dream team, it is the main secret of success. Do you agree with us? If you agree with that, please put thumbs up on comments or other smiles, so we can understand that you liked our first speaker and his presentation, and you are here with us and you stay with us. Please, I'm waiting for your thumbs up. Well, let's think. And how can we find the right people? There are many options actually. Yeah, it may be friends of friends, or maybe colleagues, people who have heard about you from someone they know and have joined you. Well, but and if completely unknown people come to you from the social networks, what about this measure? What about this instrument? I wonder how we can attract people to our team through social network. Of course, I know the exact answer how to do it, because I'm the owner of my personal blog on Instagram, dedicated to personal brand. And I can say with confidence that social networks are now a powerful promotion tool. This is absolutely 100% efficient instrument for attracting people, like-minded people, and people who can really want to join you. Well, by the way, a question for you. Do you keep your socials? So let's suggest networking on comments right now. Please send links from your socials and subscribe each other. I believe that this is a really great opportunity right now to get new friends, to get new subscribers right away. Just do it right now. As Kristiaan said, is if something you can do right away, you should do it. So now you have this great opportunity. So copy the link from your socials and insert it on comments right away. And by the way, now we're 1,000 people on air. So I believe that it will be really, really useful for you to get new friends, maybe, and new people. Well, I'm cribbing of such scale. Yeah, while you're commenting on these socials, please stay with us, because for it was all ahead to lead the next speaker of our conference. Right now, you will learn 5 main secrets of keeping socials. How to keep socials to make people trust you and your project. What needs to be shown and why people need an Instagram and a personal brand course. Let's welcome our second speaker, Irina Kromarenko. She's an active investor and head of the SWC Communication Strategy section.
Hello, Yana. Hello, everyone. It's a big honor for me to be here, like a speaker, like a presenter in our Level Up conference from Smart World Community. And today I am going to cover the topic how to attract people in social media to be Sky World Community partners. Actually, I will cover the 5 top secrets of social media. We will talk about how to maintain social media in order to have a trust from our audience, what to be shown, and why do people need the courses for personal brand and for Instagram. But firstly, let's get acquainted. I'm the team lead of communication and strategy department in Sky World Community. It means that my department is responsible for publications in all official social media. Why can I be trusted in the topic of social media? I have more than 17 years experience in marketing, and I really remember the times when we do not have online marketing, when we do not have social media at all, and we managed to survive. That was really difficult, but we could do this. That's why I'm really excited to see how many marketing tools are here existing to benefit us, and we need to use it. I have the experience as a speaker in different IT and marketing conferences in different countries, but actually the main thing you need to know about myself is that I'm ready to share this knowledge with you. So let's get started, but before, just some technical settings. Please write down number 1 in the chat room, please, if you attend my previous webinar, which was 2 days ago, on the topic how to start the social media from scratch. And please write down number 2 in the chat room if you haven't attended, but you really would like to know more details. Okay, I will right now check the chat room. I can see 1 and 2. I can see a few figures. So, okay. So if you really would like to know more details, at the end of my presentation, I will tell you what, where, and how can you get this information. Let's get started. So firstly, we will talk about social media, about the tests, about the hypothesis, and how to get social media right. Then we will cover how to maintain social media in order to get the trust from your audience. It's really important to note that the information which we are going to provide you today will not be adopted to any social media, to any particular social media like Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, and so on. No, it will be like a template. You can use it like a template in order to manifest and blog in on any platform. That's great. Let's move to the 5 top secrets. Yeah, and the main secret is that, are you excited to know what is it? Right, that there is no secret at all. There is no special pill, there is no special exercise, and nothing that can be done without your activity. In any business, in any sphere, in order to achieve the success, you need to have 3 items. You need to have knowledge, you need to have regularity, and you need to have discipline. Only the combination of these 3 will lead you to success. But, for example, no knowledge, wrong actions, mistakes, at the end, no result. And you can avoid these mistakes if you have the right information from right source in right time. In social media, the same. You need to know what is the engaging content, what is loyal content, how to create it, how to make the position of your blog and your account, what is personal brand, and how to benefit from it. Without this knowledge, you could not be successful. And without discipline and regularity, as I mentioned before, you can't develop social media systematically. And this is really important because in this case, just your followers forget about you, forget about your brand, your account, and the result, no loyal audience and no new subscribers. Now I'm going to share 5 tips, exactly tips which will help you to make and to adopt and to maintain the social media faster. The main tips are, the first one, make the tests. Yes, right, tests, many tests, a lot of tests. You should test everything, everywhere, and everything one more time. Big businesses and corporations, they have grown out of constant testing and comparing ideas. And I'm not talking about that your blogs and your accounts should be the same perfect of those big corporations. No, but you should get the constant checking and testing the ideas and hypotheses. You should be yourself in social media. That's the must, that's the rule. You should be authentic. Only in this case you will be understandable and great for your audience. But constant testing and comparing the ideas, that will make a great result. In social media, it's really important to be tested and to test every step the whole way. And this will result in future in your success. You should check the hypothesis every time, everywhere. Why people like this contact, why not? Why did the particular contact go so viral? What helped? And how, actually, the most important question, how to apply the same approach to your next content. Next tip is keep trying something new. And I'm not talking about stealing the idea of others people. No, you should do something more often, like, why don't I try to publish this? On social media, you're competing for attention with a bunch of people, companies, brands, and so on. It's really a huge majority of people. And it's not enough to be just nice. No, you should really stand out. And you should do it constantly, regularly, and systematically. Also, it's really important, there's such a kind of word as creativity. If you think that something definitely will not work, just test it out. If you don't want to try something new, what should you do? Right, just test it out. Constant testing, checking, and analysis at the end. And don't forget that best ideas are accidental ones. You will never know what and how or what kind of idea can come to your mind. Just test it, just try something new. And surely be systematic. Because working on fly is the biggest enemy of success. Yes, especially in social media, because it's too vivid, because it's too visible all the times to everywhere. Try and test your hypothesis. Right, and the result will be success. Make a promise to yourself that you will invest your efforts to do everything you schedule for yourself based on the social media schedule and consistently. And surely resulting, you should do this. Just keep going. And try to develop a schedule and try to match it with your working schedule. For example, you just mentioned that you would like to dedicate 30 minutes per day for social media. Actually, it will bring incredible results. Secret, really important, that the power of small changes, it's really working. You should not reinvent the wheel, no need. Just try to do small changes every time. It's important for you to test something small. You can start from changing the text size of photos or even maybe speed in your video And these small changes will make a result at the end. Test, try, and analyze. And these small changes, as I mentioned, at the end can lead you to the great result which will be shown to your audience and to yourself. And surely you should make the analysis and make the record of the result. Yeah, you should understand what was good, what was bad, and what was the feedback from your audience. One more time, there is no magic. There is no magic pill, there is no magic scenario, and so on. There is a kind of magic scheme. Yeah, it definitely is. Like try it, then do it all this time, test your hypothesis, make small changes, then make the analysis, and then you will understand what decision should be taken based on all this data. And next time, or maybe the first time, when you're going to quit everything, when you're going to just burn out and say, no, that's enough for me, stop, don't do it. Just keep going. Just go further, and you will see the result. Don't give up. And right now, I would like to actually ask, what do you think about this information? Please write in the chat, was it helpful, or maybe you already got some insight from this. While you're writing, I will go to the next topic of my today's speech is personal brand. What is personal brand? Why it is so important, as mentioned, Yana? Yes, it's really crucial and vital on social media right now. For example, if we talk about some particular person like Steve Jobs, Johnny Depp, or Elvis Presley, actually, you will create the image in your hand, yeah? You will definitely understand who we're talking about. And this is personal brand, actually. It's a kind of reflection of the individual on social media. If we're talking about these two things like personal brand and social media in one text. So every interaction with the audience, every piece of content creates the image of you in the subscriber's mind. You should always know this. You should always think about this. Because every time when you do something and every time when you do not do anything, all this reflects in subscriber's mind about you, about your activity, about your product. The main value of personal brand actually is that you can easily set yourself apart from your colleagues, from another brands, and other companies in the market. You can be visible, you can be authentic. And that's the great peculiarity of personal brand. Be remembered, become interesting and in demand. I believe that it could be a motto of nowadays, yeah? If you're not in demand, you will not have the great success and you will not achieve what you want to achieve. And actually, it's not only in social media, it's the same in life. A personal brand is ability. It's a skill, and it can easily be learned. Honestly, I do not know any person who just was born and just became professional in some sphere. Maybe exception is a baby who really can easily manipulate their parents. Yeah, they're absolutely 100% leaders in this position, but in other, no. Everything can be taught. Everything can be learned. It's really important. And in general, it can be learned, and that's why with great pleasure, in happiness, I will tell you about the adaptation and training platform from Smart Word Community. It's great. Here you can see the specialized trainings and different courses, and it will constantly adopt it and add it to meet the audience attention and to meet the audience needs. A competency matrix will be drawn up. The skills required for each specific country. This will be the most essential knowledge. It's really important then this course will be adopted and translated for every region, for specific age, yeah, for specific group. And that's our key and important point. The key advantage of smart word community. We always understand the specifics of different mental groups. Each training, as I mentioned, will be adopted for language, age, and geographical group. And everything just done for your comfort in education. Education will be created in 4 different languages, the same as our conference right now: English, Spanish, Vietnamese, and Kyrgyz. But then all these languages will be expanded. The smart word community also will invite international speakers in order to expand your knowledge, expand your schemes, in order to get the global practices. You must always learn from the best. Actually, this is the motto of our company. We are always learn from the best, and we provide the same scheme for our partners. Social media trainings is really necessary to be learned constantly, because this sphere is constantly changing. The world is changing, the social media is changing too fast. In order to be within trends, you need to get this knowledge. For example, previously we have a lot of focus on photos and long text. And what happened just 2-3 years ago? Look, so social media just changed completely, and the short video became the modern one, became the attractive one, became the best one for the audience. And that explains why TikTok grown really rapidly for the nearest years, yeah, and it's constantly grown based on the social media report 2023. So Reels on Instagram as well as Shorts on YouTube, really great tool to attract the audience, to get the loyalty and all the things. And this should be really adopted on time. And these changes should be done immediately in order to be always ahead and to be the first to introduce innovations in your social networks. And this will be provided thanks to our platform. Adaptation and training platform. It's called like this. And we follow all new trends in education. We keep an eye on trends and need to update our knowledge. That's the great. Here is how the profile looks like. You will see all the necessary information, so like certificate, which will be granted at the end, and courses and so on. So once again, register now and start mastering new skills to achieve great results. And I would say that if you have any educational dreams, let's say, so Smart Word Community is exact space where all the educational dreams come true. So, dear friends, thank you one more time for attending, for listening this information. I'm really believe that it will be helpful. And if you still have some questions based on this information, you can write down in the chat. So thank you very much and see you on adaptation and training platform Smart Word Community.
Irina, thank you for this great presentation. You highlighted really important things. As Irina said, courses on the most popular skills are already available in the platform. So, and we have also happy news. While we were listening to Irina, we've done over 28 plus registrations for the platform. Thank you, friends, for your trust, for being initiative. And I believe that you're going to be, you are the leaders and you're going to be the first to enter all these very important online courses that will lead you to your goals and achievements. Every course in the program is a deep and really comprehensive boost of the skills. And you can see some screenshots from the platform on the video for this conference, as well as in the presentations of our speakers. So the courses contain homework, summaries, feedback from mentors, joint chats, and I would say that this is the great environment for you boost, for motivating you and being fully included in the training process. We make the students' knowledge more solid and they apply it in practice. So please join us via the link in the chat on comments. So our moderators, our technical specialists, send this link to the chat. For you, actually, it means that not just development and earning opportunities, but also a surefire way to find like-minded people, friends, and as I said, to be launched into the environment of growth. To immerse yourself in the ecological and friendly atmosphere of self-development. Which is now actually the most important skill. And Smart World Community is affordable education intended to improve your life and the entire world. I would like to remind that our community sees to its mission in making 10% of people of the world's population financially independent. Friends, there are people with whom we have already subscribed to each other and made friends in the socials. So if you haven't introduced yet in the chat, please do it right now. Say your name, say what you do. Also attach the link to your socials. Make new friends. Let's feel the power of the community. We have jointly achieved this important goal, which will benefit millions worldwide. And now we will show you a video to remind you how cool our community of people united by common values is.
Поехали.
Wow, this is just right to the bottom of the heart. Well, people changing the world for the better, and this is only what we did in altogether in 2022. Imagine what awaits us in 2023. And well, right now, we will learn the key thesis about the community and the platform and how we managed to bring together the world practices and the new technologies from the Sky World community ideologist, management board representative, head of distribution division, Alexey Sukhodoev.
эфире.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will discuss about very interesting subject. How our world changes super fast today, what to wait in future, and which skills to survive during instant changements we should receive and where we should take them. My name is Alexey Sukhodoev. I'm a member of board of SkyWorld Community. I'm head of SkyWorld Community Distribution Department. And also I have some skills. I'm a successful private investor, venture, crypto and fund market, international speaker, crypto enthusiast, troubleshooter, strategist, tech visionary. I can continue, but not always and not earlier I've been like this, like professional. You can create yourself. And a lot of people now notice that at all times, everyone have wondered what will happen next? What will our future look like? Will what that films predict for the future come true or not? To know the future, you need to know the past. This is an exact and very simple thing. Let's look at how people used to imagine the world today many years ago. So flying transport. I think probably this is not true in future. Not because of strict rules and new standards which should be implemented and created, but flying in air with many other cars, it is not very safe, I think. And how do you think? Write in chat. Maybe self-driving electric cars everywhere. Everyone knows Elon Musk and his famous Tesla electric cars, but in fact, he was not the first to create them. Electric cars were invented over 100 years ago by William Morrison. What will happen to them next? Will we be rehabilitated or will they fly? No, I don't think so. I'm sure that future belongs to another kind of transport technology, transport above the ground. This is new trend that we support and finance now. Maybe downloading knowledge through human and computer interface inside on our head. Textbooks and all knowledge of the world can be obtained in 1 second. Looks like science fiction. Something has really come true. For example, the accessibility of education. Now you can get it on internet absolutely free. Learn everything you want. And something remains just an idea and a fantasy. Now, let's turn to what the future is predicted for us now. The world of technology is drawing like a dark and pessimistic world where there is total contract and digital assets and money everywhere. So robots replacing humans, professions are disappearing. The enormous speed of development, the fight of human with artificial intelligence. And this is not science fiction. This is our nearest reality. How can we tell what really waiting for us? Which of these will come true and which will remain fiction? People talk a lot about robots which could become a better version of humans, faster, stronger, cheaper, with fewer errors. Artificial intelligence has been created, and it is being successfully incorporated into our lives. But what is going on now? The artificial intelligence writes text, creates websites, writes programs, voice clips, can generate my voice, so it turns out and it replaces people's profession. Maybe someone started to be a designer for 5 years, became successful, and when artificial intelligence came and took all their work away from them. And I've just told about this before pandemic situation. So many professions are disappearing today. What, when, cannot be replaced by the robots? What will remain? Will remain everything. Is not a new invention. Doesn't represent the need to coordinate and manage processes in both the social, technical, and financial spheres. To motivate people, you can motivate. Yes, you can. To create strategies, robots cannot create strategies. You can, and we will teach you. Remember the movie Charlie and Chocolate Factory? His father worked in factory and screwed the caps of toothpaste. But at some point, a robot was brought and in what could do it faster and better, and he was fired, unfortunately. His work was no longer needed. The time has passed, new technology has emerged, and Charlie's father profession is no longer needed. So what to do for him? Let's pay attention to what we are shown in the movie. A little bit later, Charlie's father was invited to work again, but to a different position, to repair the very old machine that took his job at some point. Let's see what happened with Charlie dead. And let's see what will happen with us at the reason of OpenAI and ChatGPT, which are going now all our world. He had the knowledge and skills that were needed in the market. So will our knowledge be needed on market in few years, and maybe in 1 year, and maybe in 1 month? So we don't have to be afraid. You have to be able to use every situation to your advantage, and we will teach you how to do this. Just trust me, when you will join to our community and enter in our digital university of profession of future, you will receive for sure necessary knowledges and skills. This is Smart World community. And how we can work with artificial intelligence. For example, data analysis. Let's imagine there are 500, 1,000 of us now. When we will be 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, this data needs to be analyzed by someone. And human brain cannot quickly think about this. And artificial intelligence will help us. Mistake, fault, correct, respect, mistake. This is the nature of artificial intelligence. And move this world together for the better with friendship with artificial intelligence is best way. For example, Unitsky engineer made artificial intelligence system of transport and infrastructure complexes friends for human. The one who knows and who owns the necessary knowledge owns the world, and we as like Skyworld community have an obligation to keep this in our head, in our mind. Knowledge and skills are now the most valuable resources. If you have knowledge, all roads are open to you. and you can do everything in this world. And we want everyone in our community to have this knowledge, partners, board members, employers, projects, observers, and the whole community to be educated correctly, to build a consciously better world together and keep up with the times, be cost-effective professionals. Keep up the times, I repeat, because we are eco-professionals. So let's move in strategy win-win. When there are no losers, everyone wins. And so it is in all areas. If artificial intelligence doing something better, it is working for us. And we will teach you in advance not to fear artificial intelligence, but to use it to your advantage. Also blockchain system. And how to do with world in modern time with everything of this, and how to improve your skills. We made solutions, smart world community, because we know what will be needed now and in the future, and we are already successfully using artificial intelligence in our work. In essence, we are now simply moving from a learning platform to a logic of digital university of future professions. Just imagine, you will tell to your partners, do you want to be member of a digital university of future professions? Good idea. Because our platform is a constructor, and this puts all parts together, the system that works on it's now constantly improving that results. So let's start from the basics. What is basics? That is why we named the first thing the participant will come into the contact with basic training. It has everything you need for a basic understanding of a company or product. Information about the product will be given to you. What we work with, how it works, how to promote this, and about the company, who we are, what we do, and why we do this. This base is suitable both for newcomers who are just starting to work with company and the experienced partners. Why? Because you no longer have to waste time entering new participants and do not have repeat the information 100 times for them. Everything will already be collected on platform and digitized. Why is it narrow neck? Because when you don't waste time on small talks, you can do more global and strategic things that will lead you to multiple results and more better financial results, social results. But even the most successful people in the world always have mentors. So me, Elon Musk, and of course, firstly, Anatoly Yunitsky have mentors. And we introducing mentoring and tracking system. We believe that everyone has a mission. The company has its individual mission, each department internally has its own, and so does each person. Now imagine that everything you dreamed of in your life is already in your hands. You have achieved everything. You're financially stable and secure. You visiting best countries, best hotels. You, your family, and even your grandchildren are happy, rich, and wealthy. Money, freedom, all material desires are fulfilled. Next comes the idle mood. Attempts to find activities, getting bored, what to do. There is a story about a janitor who won the lottery. He received at once a very large sum of money which he had never held in his hands before. He bought himself real estate, expensive things, a car, a jewelry. A year later, he lost everything and found himself in debt again, back to where he started, because he is incapable of correctly distributing and retaining that amount of money. So at some point, you will return at the same point. Why is happening? This is lack of knowledge and skills. Trackers are people who will help you along the way not become a janitor, but become a leader and a progressive perspective entrepreneur, businessman, member of Skyworld community. The first batch of trackers community has been enrolled and will be trained soon on new languages. We always support and train our community, and we reward the best and offer jobs with the company. We are looking for best specialists now. And what comes after? Of course, adaptation. Today we are launching the platform on 4 languages groups: English, Spanish, Vietnamese, Kyrgyz. And do they differ? Of course, yes. Each language group will have its own courses which are adapted to their market and their country. We take into account the country's mentality, habits, traditions in order to create a better quality of learning. We have a specialist who deals specifically with the adaptation of all courses for countries. Who do this in this market? Just think about this. And finally, we live in a digital world, so we created our own IT platform, and you can already be the first use, register, and start learning. This is personal account. This is many things, other things. There is no such things in the world now. There are no that suits us. We are too big. No one platform meets our criteria. And we work long and hard as a team to develop it in order to produce better result. We have been working on every detail for over a year now. We did it not just because it occurred to us. This is part of our strategic plans from beginning for Skyworld community. And finally, these are key performance indicators and net promoter score indicators. It is important to know and understand the numbers well, analyze and improve. Only when can you achieve the highest result, and we will understand what will help you to achieve it. In total, we will assemble the whole constructor. We will get a powerful figure. We get a powerful tool for our future. And what do next? Now, everything is possible. The option space is open. Maybe to develop within company or become assistant of some top managers, to gain knowledge, implement it in life and reach the next level. Of course, yes. So now you have opportunity to register and attend training really for free, but only now. Take a picture. We have already said that knowledge is a very valuable resource. It cannot be imagined that the most important information about the future and the present is given on the public domain. It would be developed. So now, our most favorable conditions for the entry. Use this now. This is so-called free of charge, but it won't always be like this. I promise you, because we appreciate what we create. And it won't always be free, I repeat. We value what we create and what we work on. So only now, only today, the fastest one, everything and every time. Don't miss the chance and tell everyone in your team. Only now. I repeat one more time and never again. This is now free of charge. Just screen this QR code. Take a photo. There is an expression that living in a village where millionaires live, you will sooner or later become a millionaire. And if you have successful people around you, you will be successful sooner or later. You will have no other choice. It is important to strive to be with those you want to be like. So you will ask, why us? Why have been in existence for so long? Be like Skyworld community. Money is the applause of this world for the benefit you give. This is how the world lets you know what you are contributing to it. We are drivers and the pioneers of a new development society and civilization. We solve problems that even large corporation cannot solve. We are creating an alternative world, maximum power on being on Earth, confidence in tomorrow. We are a huge team. We are self-developing, we are ecological, we are professional. And all this didn't come at once. We have overcome many obstacles, solved many difficult problems. So we know now how to achieve the right goal and results. Now we are strong ecosystem, community. And now which steps to follow to achieve our aim? You know, they say there are three important words: faith, hope, love. And I would like to change a little bit. Skyworld community has its own three main words: faith, reliability, support. And it depends of every one of you. And it touches every one of you. Just join us on free terms in one of best educational digital universities of professions of future in the world. We create future now. We will launch new direction now. And I think millions of peoples will educate in our digital university of future professions. I know what I'm telling because so many times I've predicted some things, like I've told during this presentation before pandemic situation, that a lot of professions will disappear. They are now disappearing. I can predict and suppose what will be after, for example, geopolitical situation, artificial intelligence, this growing market, maybe metaverse, after maybe some race of science and of some words that I cannot pronounce in this presentation because this is geopolitical things. But after, it will come time for specialists of new professions, also of promoting of transport above the ground, also of promoting of sky transport technologies, also of promoting UNet tools, UNet just parts, some particulars, some directions, and I don't know which directions will appear. Like I don't know which industries will appear internet after internet. But internet creators and Bitcoin creators and even smartphone creators don't create it before where architecture of community that we created last year, and now we go in depth in all countries, and the smart world community, the digital university of profession of future. We are more faster, we are more smarter, we are more resultful than creators of internet, and we create in future and finance it. Thank you for your attention. Just remember this day and use this chance. This will be only one time, only once in your life.
Alexey, thank you for the powerful speech and immersion in the company's achievements and the deep meaning of how to keep up with times in a rapidly changing world. So, friends, we have now mastered 3 levels of new knowledge, and we have two more interesting speakers ahead with exciting and useful topics. But as today the main topic, the main message concerns effective team building, I would like to introduce the part of SWC team, Angie, who is the head of Adaptation and Training Platform Department. Angie, welcome. Welcome, Angie. How are you doing today?
Hello, Yana. I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks. We're so happy to see you here. And I believe that you have prepared something interesting.
Yes, I have some interesting questions to present our platform and its goals to our participants of our conference. And you, as one of the main methodologists in our team, how do you see the main goal of our adaptation and training platform?
Well, actually, this is nice that you have a kind of question because, as I already mentioned before, the main goal, the main point of the platform is to create the ecosystem, the global ecosystem, the environment, supportive environment for everyone who joins us, joins this platform. Because in the supportive environment, with like-minded people, you achieve your goals for 100% sure.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And we were preparing this platform for a really long time. It was about 1 year. It was a really hard work. Can you tell us something about how was the process of creating this platform?
Well, it was globally, really globally, and I believe that everyone who participated in this process would approve it right now because we've done dozens of interviews with partners, with leaders, so that we can understand absolutely what we're going to give on this platform, what we're going to post here. And we've prepared the product that will change some people's maybe views or some they will be happy to get the part to be the part of it because they will really, as I already mentioned, achieve their goals thanks to this. And I would like to notice that we're going to elaborate it and we're going to add some online courses for needed competencies and so on. So we won't stop like from this day. Yeah, we will develop it every day. We will make it even better and better. So we will see it, and it's in progress right now. Well, thank you for this question. That was really, really important to say about it right away. Well, and Angie, I know that you are the person who really knows everything about this process as well. And I want to ask you, who is involved in the platform developing process? Could you tell us, please?
Yes, as I counted recently, it was more than 50 people were engaged in the process for more than a year. It was our team of project managers, for example, Lisa, who is responsible for Vietnamese and Spanish platforms, Catherine, who is responsible for English and Kyrgyz platforms, and more than 10 methodologists, more than 20 experts, best developers, designers, copywriters, and our IT department team who created our own IT platform, as Alexey mentioned earlier. It was a really huge team. It was really hard work because to to start this platform in 4 different languages. We should collect different complicated processes. And I know that many people from our community was looking forward to join us to the platform for a long time. And this is a great product. And today we open the doors for our community. And you should understand, dear participants of our broadcast, you should understand that you will see in the first version of our platform just a quarter of the whole platform, which is now in the process of creating. It's just the beginning. That's the point.
Absolutely. It's just the beginning. And we're really honored to be here to present it to you right now. You are the first. And as it is the beginning, let's discuss what will happen next. And my question is, who will the platform evolve in 2023?
During the last 3 months, we collected and analyzed more than 1,000 feedback messages from our partners, from our colleagues in 4 different languages. We held more than 40 hours of customer development to understand what do you want and what you're waiting for the platform. And today, as I noticed, is just 1/4 of all materials that will be on the platform in the nearest future. And we're still working on them, as Juliana may know, of course. So this year will be dedicated to represent all other courses to our platform in 4 languages. And of course, to start to create the platform in different languages also, because 4 languages is just the beginning. Also, we will make a platform as a tool to engage new people, new partners, new opportunities for our community and our company, of course. Also, we will improve processes of tracking the platform, because every student on the platform will be able to get support from our trackers and mentors. It is important because these people can help you to go through your educational way easier and smoothly. And also we want to attract new speakers of international level because we have the possibility to give every our partners, every our colleagues get knowledge from international leaders. I think it is important because in our ordinary life, it may have some limits, but we can make it possible. And I'm sure that 2023 will be the great year for our platform. It's just the beginning. We don't stop. We're still continuing to work.
Yes, absolutely. You will have, I would say that I know, and as Angie does as well, everything about the platform, and you will have everything with this platform. If you join us, you will get this ecosystem just at once, immediately, right away, free of charge. I would say that this is really something incredible. Well, Angie, thank you so much for this really detailed excursion into the platform, and see you soon.
Thank you, Yana. See you. Goodbye.
Bye. Well, Nikolai, thank you so much. It was really useful information. So, friends, if you've done tips, I'm sure that you've done it. Please make the reaction, leave the reaction on comments. Our reaction of this conference sums up because, like, it is level up. Put this reaction to the comments, and we are ready to move forward. Well, we are approaching the 5th level of our conference. This is very important part as well. And especially for you, dear partners, we have invited international business trainer with more than 30 years of experience in sales and investment promotion. a businessman who has built sales and client service system in Europe, USA, Japan, Israel, and other countries. He is said to have a positive energy that inspires the participants, so they become 10 times more eager and enthusiastic. Well, welcome our star speaker, Michael Bank.
Hello, everybody. So my name is Michael Bang, and I am very glad to see all of you here at this amazing SkyWorld community training today. And I am sure many of you got some very good ideas from the previous speakers that you can kind of generate new creativity for yourself and for your business. And today I will talk about one particular part that we're dealing with every day in our life. That is called objections. So an objection, this is when somebody don't want to do what we would like them to do. They have somehow some resistance, they don't like it or they don't want it. And how do we deal with this? With actually minimum stress. So I hope that this will give you some good ideas so that you can become more successful. And as a little introduction to this training here, first, a disclaimer. Whatever I will say about here today, this is my opinions coming from my experiences. This is what has been working for me and so on in my life. And all I ask you to do, take in the information, make your own conclusions, and find out what is working for you. Because in life, what is the most important? What works for us? Because what worked for us maybe doesn't work for other people. So we need to find this for us. And when I go through this presentation here, look for, are there any weak links that you're having? Any areas where you feel, well, here I'm not so successful. This is an area I can improve on. Because all of us, we have weak links. And if you look, how strong is a chain? A chain is only as strong as the weakest link. And our goal today for my presentation, this is for you to improve your sales result so that you have more result in what you are doing. And for those of you who don't know me, I have a couple of courses on the platform of SkyWorld. So maybe you have done this training, but if you haven't, so here is a small little picturesque summary of my life. If you look at the left corner, you see there's the Danish flag. This is because I'm born in Copenhagen, Denmark. And when I was 16 years old, I joined the Merchant Marine and I was sailing on ships around the world. Then I was working in North Africa in the middle of Sahara in Algeria as an oil driller. And these experiences, they formed me who I am today. Then I was working with tourism in Spain, mainly on the islands Mallorca and Ibiza, which was an amazing experience. How to deal with clients, how to deal with difficult situations. Then I was selling diamonds, mostly in India, in Italy, and in England. And this gave me also an enormous sales experience. How do you work with clients from different cultures who have different needs, etc. Then in 1988, it's a couple of years ago, I started as an international speaker, traveling around the world, dealing a lot with fundraising for social projects, etc. Today, I live in Florida. You can see this is a picture with my wife, and we are still traveling around. We're doing different training programs. And we train people either offline or online, because today, because of internet, easy to travel, etc., it is so easy to get things done. And our goal, this is to help people discover and then to develop their true potential so that they can become the absolute best version of themselves. And if you look at yourself, how are you doing? Do you think, are you actually operating at your full potential? Or do you realize, well, I can do more? And how do we learn to do more? And how do we develop our potential? We do this through different training programs. And now SkyWorld has set up a whole platform where you can develop your potential. And I am specializing in these specific subjects here, 6 subjects, and I call all of them the 5-star system. From management, how you manage people, how do you work as a team, how do you increase sales, how do you negotiate better deals, how do you become a better speaker, and how do you get better service to your clients. And today I will talk about one key part of sales, which is the area of how to deal with objections. And what I have discovered, most successful people, they have some specific principles that is their foundation that they operate on. And if you have this strong foundation, you will become much stronger, you will become more successful, etc. And my basic principles of success, it is, first of all, success is a combination of material and non-material. It is like the yin and the yang. We've got to have this balance. We, of course, need to make money, but we also want to be happy. That's why when you're working with SkyWorld, you have the opportunity both to make money, to get material success, but also to have the non-material. You are part of a team, you are getting new friends, like our previous speaker was talking about. You don't have a client, but you actually have a friend. And I believe if you have any negative situation, maybe you're worried about something, or you're under stress, or you have problems, we can change. Everybody has the opportunity to change. And we do this, of course, through developing our potential so we can become more successful. Now, and success, this takes 2 key factors. First of all, we need to have the right mindset, which means we have to have the right way of thinking. We need to have the right emotions. We need to be confident. But second, we also need to have the right technology, because if we don't know, how do we do it? Like today, I will talk about how do we have the right mindset in handling objections and what is the technology of dealing with objections. And this is something we all can learn. So today we are so fortunate that there is this amazing opportunity on the SkyWorld platform where there are now different courses and programs where you can strengthen your mindset and learning the technology of doing different things. And also I found that too many people are operating on hope. Hope will not give us success. We need to have a strategic approach to getting things done. And one of the key factors, this is to having what we call a marathon mindset. You don't want just to be successful now or today. It's not about how to make money now. We also want to be successful 10 years in the future, 20 years in the future. Because if you think about it, what if you think, oh, I just want money now. But we want money for life. What about health and fitness? We don't want to just be healthy and fit now. We want to be fit for life. Imagine for a moment, you have this long marathon life and you're going into the future and you're growing, developing yourself, you're getting more and more successful. That's what we want with a marathon mindset. And since I was working with diamonds and selling diamonds, I actually like diamonds because it's a phenomenal material. It is the strongest substance on earth. But when you're finding the diamond into the earth, into the ground, and if you look on the left here, it is called a rough diamond, and it's not polished yet, but it is very strong. So then a diamond cutter, he looks at it, he looks inside this diamond, what is the potential of this diamond? And then they start polishing and cutting it. And now when the diamond is fully polished, it has 57 or 58 different facets. And these facets are now sparkling and shining to the world. So imagine for a moment, you become what we call a sales diamond. You're strong, you're powerful, you're shining to the world. That's what I mean with becoming a sales diamond. And to get enormous success, we are all the time analyzing. We are looking at how is things working, what is giving success, what is not, what do I need to adjust, what do I need to correct. And you can sit it by yourself, you can write down what is successful and what is not, or you can discuss it with your colleagues, with your team, etc. But the key factor is when we go through life, we are always analyzing, is it working? Is it not working? Does it give result or does it not? And unfortunately, or maybe I should say fortunately, most people are doing too many things which is not successful. Now, why is it fortunate for us? If we are focusing on what is the successful actions, we will have an advantage and competitive advantage over others. And our goal, it is to become what I call a true professional. And a true professional, it's a person with 3 key characteristics. First of all, you are a friendly person. You get along with others. People like to be with you. You like people, and people, they like you. You're a nice person. And second factor, this is you are actually very competent. You know what to do. You have good skills. You have developed your potential. And the third characteristic, you have high level of result. So when you put these 3 key factors together, you're friendly, you're competent, and you have a high level of result. Now we will call you a true professional. And this is why this whole educational platform has been developed in Sky World, so that you personally can become a true professional, and then you will be proud in your life. You will have enormous success. Other people will look at you and say, wow, this person, it is a true professional with a marathon mindset, looking into the future, planning into the future, having a good strategic way of thinking. And if we look around the world, there are so many opportunities. Opportunities is everywhere, but most people don't see them. Why they don't see opportunities? Because they are not an opportunity hunter. You want to look out there, so where are these opportunities? They are there. I'm going to go out hunting for them. So we want to have this opportunity hunter mindset and think like a pioneer. A pioneer, it's a person who has the right mindset and technology. It's a person who's always ready. Yeah. Somebody else, can you turn off your microphone? It's very noisy. Yeah. Okay, good. So, and if you look at a pioneer, it's a person who's always ready. Just like the boxer going in the ring. He knows maybe he has to fight for 12 rounds. So he has to be ready so that he can go all the 12 rounds. That is called the pioneer mindset. So this was what I call success principles. What about you? What are your success principles? What is your foundation? What do you build your life on? What do you believe in? Because it can be different from person to person. So if you write in the chat, what are your success principles? What makes you strong? Because this is our platform where we operate on, that we have the right success principles. So I hope you understand my English here, and I hope I'm not speaking too fast for you. So where I will just take a sip of water here. So I hope you understand everything. If you write in the chat, what are your success principles? And here I really recommend you take time, write down your own principles so you can look at them every day, what you believe in. All right. So thank you very much for everybody who wrote in the chat. I appreciate it. And we will go on. Now, when we go into the world of sales, then we have to understand the word persuasion. What do we mean to persuade somebody? So first of all, there are two types of sales. I call it passive sales and active sales. Passive sales, this is when the client come to you. Somebody come up to you and say, oh, I want to buy what you have. Or I want to work with you. I want to do what you are doing. This is not difficult to do passive sales. But many people, they are thinking, well, I don't like active selling because then I have to go out, I have to talk to people. I need to persuade them, because active selling, this is where the gold is. This is where the diamonds are. But active sales or persuasion, this is the art of changing somebody's mind. Here you want to understand, what are people thinking? How can I change what they are thinking? What does people believe in? Can I change their belief system? And here the good thing is we can change people's minds. The only criteria, it has to be for win-win relations. Of course, we don't want to harm people or get people to do something that is not good for them. We want people to do things that is good for them. Let's say if you know somebody, it can be a friend or relative, let's say they have some very bad habits. Maybe they're drinking too much alcohol, or they're taking drugs, or they are becoming criminals. They're doing bad stuff. Can you persuade them to change their behavior? So then persuasion is a good thing. The same if there is a business opportunity and you can see it, but the other person cannot see this opportunity. Can you persuade them? Because if you look at some of the most famous entrepreneurs or business people in the world, from Steve Jobs to Bill Gates to Elon Musk today, what is unique about them? Their skills of persuasion. They can talk to people, they can involve people, they can inspire people. They are what we will call master persuaders. On the platform of SkyWorld, there are other courses where you can learn more about persuasion. Now, and to be a good persuader, remember, a pioneer is always ready to go 12 rounds if it's necessary. So to do that, we need to be very optimistic. You need to have this optimistic mindset. What does it mean to have an optimistic mindset? You believe, I can do it. It's like the athlete or the sports person. They believe, I can win, I can become the champion. Because if in your mind you don't see you can do it, it's very difficult to do it. And your chances of success becomes much, much less. But if you are optimistic, let's say you're talking to somebody about the opportunity of SkyWorld. If you're thinking, well, I'm not sure I can persuade them, maybe I cannot do it, this is a little bit difficult, there are too many objections, then it's very difficult. And remember, you might not always change the mind of the other person in the first meeting or the second meeting or the third meeting. Maybe it takes 12 meetings, like the boxer going 12 rounds to win the fight. So, and second, look at it as a game. Selling, persuasion is just a game. It's like if you play a game of chess. So you're looking, all right, if I move this piece, what will the other person do? Okay, maybe he will do this, then I will do that. But this is like this ping pong game. Now, and if you can become passionate about selling, about persuasion, your life will completely change, because then ideally your life is a game. Can you imagine you wake up in the morning and you go, wow, today I'm going to have so many adventures. I will go out, I will talk to people, and you're optimistic that you will become very successful. That's what we mean. This is the right mindset we're having. Now, so in our fourth part here, now we're going to look at more technical. How do we persuade people? How do I get people to see my point of view? And there is a technique which I call the cue technique. And if you can master the cue technique, you will become much, much more successful. The cue technique, so the letter Q, it is the first letter of the word question in the English language. So we could call it the question technique. How do you ask the right questions? Most of you probably know, or you have heard, that there are two types of questions. They can be closed questions or they can be open questions. So if I say, do you like Sky World? The person will say yes or no. This is a closed question. But if you say, for example, what is your opinion, or what do you know about Sky World? Tell me about it. Now it's an open question. You encourage the person to talk more about it. And we are steering the conversation that we have with other people through our closed questions and through our open question. So we need to learn how do we work with both. And the purpose of the question technique, it is first of all to get information. You want to understand what is happening in the mind of the other person. What is the other person thinking? What does he believe in? Because when you meet somebody, you don't know what do they know about you. You don't know what do they know about Sky World. What do they have some past experiences that were very positive, or do they have some past experiences that was very negative? We know practically nothing. So the first point when you start asking questions, how can I get information from this person? And how do we do that? We have to establish dialogue. So I want you to pay attention to this word dialogue. Dialogue, we can call it's a two-way conversation. Now that while I'm talking to you, it is a monologue. I'm giving information because we're on the platform. I have limited time to talk. But if I was going to sit down with you and we have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, then I want to establish dialogue. I will say some things to you, and then I will ask you some questions. How do you see it? What's your opinion? What is your experiences? Because if you can establish dialogue with another human being, he immediately will start to trust you better. He will start to respect you more, and he will like you more. But most salespeople, they have a very bad reputation. Why are salespeople so bad? Because they focus too much on what is called a monologue. They give too much information, pushing information on others, which is not very effective. So how do we do that? I put together here, I call it the curiosity scale. So on this scale, on the top part, we have positive, and on the bottom part, we have negative. So for example, let's say you come to a person, let me say, hi, I would like to tell you about this amazing opportunity. I started to work with a company called Sky World Community. Can I show you some things about it? Now, where is this other person on the curiosity scale? If he's in the bottom part, Maybe he has no interest. He doesn't want to hear about it. Maybe when you start talking about Sky World, he might even resisting it, or he might even start criticizing. So, for example, when you take network marketing companies, this is one of the big problems they have, because very often network marketing has a bad reputation, not a good PR in different parts of the world. So the first you have to overcome is this negative resistance from the other person. So we want to get up into the positive side. We want to be curious. We want to be interested. We want to have some desire. Now, so when you are in front of another person, where are you on this curiosity scale about that person? If you are at the bottom part, you're not interested. What is he thinking? What is his opinion? What if you're only focused on your ideas, your opinions? How do you see things? Then you are resisting to listening to him. So you want to get up to the top part where you are curious, and you can kind of even say, well, listen, I'm very interested or very curious. What experiences do you have with investments or new technologies? What do you know about these things? I'm very curious. So you want to put yourself at the top of the scale so that you can pull the other person as well up to the top of the scale with you. Now, and how do we do that? We do it with daily practice. So there are 4 steps we have to go through, because we want to break our old, we can call it bad habits of talking too much and being little interested in others. So the 4 steps, it is what, why, and then you really listen until you understand the other person. So in step 1, you ask the other person, what is your opinion? Or what is your idea? Or what are your thoughts about something? But you ask the what question. You ask, how do you see something? And in step number 2, now you ask, why do you think like this? So when you ask this what and why question, these are open questions. So if somebody says, for example, you can ask, what music do you like? And the person says, oh, I love Mozart. Maybe you don't like Mozart. You think, oh, classical music, I don't like it. Now, but this is your opinion. You are curious. I want to find out, what is the other person's opinion? How does he see it? So now you can ask, why do you like Mozart? What do you see in Mozart? What makes you excited about Mozart? You want to start digging. You want to find out. You want to find his emotions, how did he form this opinion that Mozart is the greatest musician on earth? And now you're digging, and the person you will see, it's like I've done it so many times. It's almost like magic. You're sitting in front of a person. In the beginning, the person sitting with cross arms, he's a bit close. He knows you are a salesperson. You want to convince him of something. And you start asking him some question. What do you think about this? Why do you think that? Oh, wow, that is very interesting, and so on. And in step 3, you really listen. Listen with the ears. Don't listen with the mouth. And here I have often seen people, they say, well, I understand you, but let me now tell you my opinions. That's not really listening. You're not curious enough. So when you listen, you want to discover, what do they think? Why do they think like that? So that you really understand the other person. If you can do this, you will be able to handle so many more objections, because an objection is a resistance to do something, or a resistance to believe in something. And when you go out talking about Sky World community, you will hit a lot of barriers, a lot of resistance. And we want to learn, how do we overcome that? And you want to learn it not just when you talk about Sky World, but in every area of your life. So, for example, one practice you can do, it's a very simple one. Practice every day. You can ask another person just for the fun of it. Say, hey, what is your hobby or passion in life? What do you really, really like in your life? Maybe one person said, well, I love fishing. Then you have, wow, that's very interesting. Why do you like fishing? And then you get the person talking, and you can ask, you maybe heard this technique of solving problems called the 5 whys. You ask why, and you're digging deeper, 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 deeper down until you find what's called the root problem. Where does the problem actually come from? Or you ask somebody, what movies do you like? Or what are there some art you like? Or what type of work do you like? Can you imagine you ask somebody, what is your work? What are you doing? A person, well, I'm an electrician, or I'm an engineer, or I'm a doctor. I just thought, that's very interesting. How did you get into this profession? What do you like about being a doctor? Why do you like being a doctor? Now, the only key factor for this to work, you have to ask with curiosity. You cannot talk like a policeman. Why do you like Mozart? Why do you like this? That's an attack. Then you are antagonistic. You're not curious about it. So this is the key, the foundation of dealing with resistance, barriers, objections, etc. So now let's look at it a little bit more in detail. Now, to understand objections, on the SkyWorld platform, I have a whole sales course which goes over what is called the sales process. And a standard sales process has 6 specific steps. In step number 1, we go out hunting for prospects, or prospect means a potential customer. And this activity is called prospecting, networking, going out there, talking to people. In step 2, now we build relationship. You want to build some trust, some respect, but trust and respect, it's mutual. It's not just you want to get the client to trust you. You also have to trust the client and respect the client. So it's a mutual respect. And now you could go into step 3, the qualifying step. You want to find out, what are they qualified to buy or to do? So what is their financial situation? Are they qualified to do a small investment? Or are they qualified or able to do a middle investment? Or is this person able to do a big investment? So there's a difference if you talk to a poor person, but he still want to be part of the SkyWorld opportunity. Or you talk to a middle-class person who maybe can invest $1,000. Or what if you're talking to a millionaire? He maybe could invest $100,000. So you need to understand, what is this person qualified to do? And also, can he make decisions on his own? Does he need to talk somebody, husband or wife or somebody? And now the more you understand the other person, now you can go to step 4 to do your actual sales presentation. Now you're presenting the opportunity of SkyWorld. What is SkyWorld doing? What is this string technology? How is this the new technology of the world? But you're now presenting what is called the features of this technology and the benefits to this person for participating in this amazing opportunity. Now, and at some point in step number 5, when you ask for the deal or let's do something, maybe different objections will pop up. And then you have to overcome these objections. And so that you can come to step number 6 and actually closing the deal. And now if we look into these objections, let's now understand the technology of dealing with them. So, but before I go into that, how are you doing? Are you still with me here? Do you understand everything? Am I talking too fast or is it okay? So if you can put thumbs up in the chat, or do you get some ideas, and maybe you're realizing you're talking too much and you need to ask more questions, be more curious about other people. Maybe you need to use the cue technique more. Be more practice this open and closed question so you are steering better. Good. It's always good to drink some water. All right. So now let's look at the objections so that we have the right mindset and the right technology of dealing with objections. So first of all, we will look at three things. What is an objection, and how do you avoid the objection, and how do you handle it? Because maybe you could have avoided the objections, but you did some mistakes previously in the sales process. So how do you deal with what is called a general resistance to you or to your opportunity? So what you can do in the beginning of the conversation, what I've seen sometimes many people do big mistake. They come up very enthusiastic. They say, oh, listen, I am doing this. I want you to do the same. You should do what I'm doing. And they start pushing. Now, the moment you start pushing people, many people, their automatic reaction is they start pushing back. You can try to start, if somebody says to you, you must do this, you have to do that, they start pushing. And then you often say, well, I don't like to do it, even if it's a good thing to do. So how do we deal with this? In the beginning, you could say phrases like this: listen, I have just started work with this amazing company, which for me is quite an interesting opportunity. The company is called the Sky World Community. And then you can say, I'm not sure if this is really fitting for you. I actually don't know. I don't even know if this is the right for you to do. But is it okay for you? Or may I show you what we are doing so that you can see, is it the good thing for you or not? So mainly for you not to miss out on this amazing opportunity. Because in our life, when we go through the journey of our life, there are different opportunities popping up at different times. And have you ever missed out on some opportunity? And afterwards you regret, oh, I should have done it. So here it is, the first question you can ask here. Have you ever missed out on some opportunity in your life and later on you regretted it? This can be in relationship. Let's say you are a single man or woman and you see a partner, a potential opportunity for partner, but you don't talk to them and you missed out on this opportunity. Oh, afterwards, I should have gone up and talked to them. Or there's a client or potential client, a prospect, and you missed out talking to them. So you missed out these different opportunities. So you want to make sure that the person is willing to listen to you, to be willing to have what we call a dialogue with you. Because if the person is not willing to have a dialogue, he will not really be listening. He will just sit there trying to find ways how to get out of this meeting. So this is the first key factor of dealing with what's called resistance or objections. And the second key factor, first point, it is you personally have to be very confident. Whatever you want the other person to do, it is the right thing to do. So I have a course on the Sky World Community platform where I go in more detailed, what I call confidence selling. You need to be super confident that Sky World opportunity, it is the right thing to do. You have to be passionate about it, confident about it. And second, you want to really understand what the other person, what is he thinking or feeling? If you look at this picture of this guy, what is he thinking? He looks not so open, not so very positive. You want to find out, what is the problem? You can ask him, how do you feel? He may say, well, I'm feeling normal. Everything is fine. All right, and tell me a little bit about yourself and get them talking. And the next key factor, for yourself or together with your team or with the people you're working, write down what I call it the objections list. See, most of you will not get 100 different objections or even 50 objections. Most of you, when you're dealing with promoting your product or your service, you're mainly dealing with 7 key objections. This I found for most companies, most industries, the most, like say 89% or 80 or 90 times or percent of the time, you're dealing with these 7 key objections. They are in different categories. This can be about trust. It can be about money. It can be something they need to think about or talk to somebody, or they're already working with somebody else, or whatever it is, you need to understand what are they. So here, from today, if you have the possibility, when you talk to somebody about SkyWorld, or it could also be something else. Maybe SkyWorld is not the only thing you're doing. But if you're talking to them, and every time they start objecting, protesting, resisting, try to find out why. Why do they not want to do it? What is their reason? What do they say as a reason? And write it down after the meeting. And if you have the possibility that you can make a recording of the meeting you do with people. Let's say if it is online, you can have a recording of it, or if it's on your phone call, you can maybe record it so you can listen afterwards to see, okay, what were this objection? Because to become a master in handling objections, we need to understand what exact are these objections. So we have isolated them. So this is the first key step. Now, the next step is, how do we deal with them? So I put together here, I call it the 3-step objection handling. It's a very simple 3 steps. First, you want to clarify. So the word clarify means you want to get some more information so you better understand something. So that means if a person says it is too expensive, what does he mean? You need to clarify, because you don't know what he means. Because let's say I want to sell you, let's say I have this clicker here, and I say this clicker here costs $1,000. And the person, oh, this is too expensive. What does he mean with that? Because when somebody says too expensive, one is he don't have the money. It's over my budget. I can't afford it. It's one type of objection. Second, he believes he can buy the same clicker from my competitor at a cheaper price. It's a different objection. It means different things. Over there, it's cheaper. Have a better deal. Or third, he believes it is overpriced. The price is not in balance with the value he's getting. Or fourth reason could be something else, but he doesn't say it. He needs to talk to somebody. Or what if he doesn't like you or don't trust you or something like this? So when somebody says it is too expensive, you want to clarify what exactly he means. And you do step 1 by asking questions. And you keep asking questions until you come into step number 2, which is you really understand what the person is saying and why is he saying it. You want to understand it. And now you can go to step 3. Now you can handle this objection. What information can you give, or what can you show and tell, etc. And how do we learn this 3-step objection handling? You first write a script, write it down, and then role play it with a partner. Sit down with a colleague in your team and you just practice. Like sports people are practicing all the time. Musicians are practicing all the time. They play the instrument. But from my experience, salespeople, partners, distributors, leaders are not practicing enough. That's why the SkyWorld has put on this whole platform so that you can learn the technology, you can develop your skills, you can develop the right mindset. So this is a key thing. You can learn more about it on the sales course I have on the platform. Now, So here is an example of a script. So the person says something about the price, too expensive, or well, I can't really afford it, or whatever. So to the clarify question, you could say, what do you mean with this? What exactly do you mean? Or tell me more about it. And then you listen, you understand, and now you go to this, which is actually the third step. I go back here. So now in the third step, you're handling it by giving your information. And one phrase, which is, I found it is a master phrase. You can say, may I show you why the price is correct? May I give you for some information to show you this is the correct thing to do? Or may I show you why this is the right thing to do? What is the person going to say? You know, when you ask, may I? And if you ask it nicely. But first, the person has been talking, you have established dialogue, you're really working together. So this is one example of a script. And this you role play with a partner, with a colleague. Another objection could be, I need to think about it. So then you also want to clarify, what does he mean with this? And you can ask some question. May I ask you a question? What are you in doubt about? You can even say it very gently. May I ask you a personal question? May I? And he said, well, okay, yeah, you may. It's what are you not sure about? What exactly you're going to think about? And then you get all this information out. Maybe he has some past bad experiences, or what exactly he's not sure about. Or maybe there's something he doesn't fully understand. Maybe he doesn't understand what is a string technology or new technologies, or maybe, I don't know, it could be anything, because in the minds of people, they have all their thoughts, their emotions going. And then after you understand the person, now you can go to the third step. May I give you some information? May I show you? Is it okay if I give you my experience of what I have seen, etc.? So this is what we mean with an objection handling script. Everything is written down and you practice it. All right, are you still with me here? So I know it's a lot of information in a very short time, so I hope you can follow along. And if you could write in the chat if you're getting some ideas or thumbs up or smileys or something, so we can see you're still with us and that you are learning something and you are getting maybe some inspiration or changing your mindset or so on. Now, so this is what I call technology, the techniques, the methods. How exactly do we do it? Now, the next technique of handling objections, it's a very old one. I read it somewhere. I don't even remember where I read it. It's called feel, felt, found. Now, when somebody says, well, I'm not sure if I should work with Sky World, or I'm not sure, or, well, it's expensive, or I'm not sure if I should invest in it, and so on. And you feel that they have this uncertainty. You can say to them, I really do understand how you feel. And here the key point is, you don't go into confrontations with the person. Don't say, well, no, it's the right thing. Don't start pushing them. You want to show them you are their friend. Like the Spanish people will say, you are the amigo. You are an amigo with them. Hey, amigo, I really understand how you feel. And step two, you could say, I felt the same way when I heard about it the first time. I felt the same. I was thinking the same. I was also in doubt. But then after I got more information, I spoke to some different people, I discovered, or I found out, that joining the Sky World community is the right thing to do. And then you can see wherever you are in the process, you either ask for the commitment, or you ask for the next meeting, or you show him some more information, etc. But this is a very powerful technique. You don't have to use exactly these words, I understand how you think or how you have been feeling before. And that's what I thought as well in the beginning, how I felt until I discovered, I found out, or I realized that this is the right thing to do. So this is a technique that you can use. So, but practice, write it as a script and role play it with your team or your colleagues, etc. All right. So are you still with me here? Put thumbs up, comments in the chat. Now, to give you now a couple of ideas, a little bit better understanding of it. So if somebody says the price is too high, basically it is their perceived value is not high enough. They don't see it's important enough. So what you do, you acknowledge them. You say, I really do understand it. I understand you. Many people were thinking the same. Well, why do you think like that? And then you handle it. But it's again, you acknowledge, you are not confronting them or going against them. You want to show them, I am on your side. And I just want to better understand how you think so you can handle it. Or when the person says, I want to think about it, then you want to find out what is their decision-making process. How do they normally do it? Is it just an escape? They want to get out of the meeting. So you always acknowledge, I understand you. I would probably say the same if I were in your situation. Many people think the same. It's okay. Now, but may I ask you a personal question? What do you need to think about? What are you not sure about? Or what are you in doubt about? What is not exactly fitting? Or do you need to talk to somebody? Get them to talk about it. It's not over. It's like, remember, the boxer in the ring, 12 rounds. You don't necessarily always handle the objection immediately in the first round. Maybe if it's a relative that you are seeing or a friend you are seeing anyway on a regular basis, you don't have to close them on joining Sky World the first time. So you kind of reaching out, talking about, and then withdrawing. So you're not just pushing every time you see them. You plant some seeds. And you remember, for those of you who understand farming a little bit, you plant the seed, put it in the ground, you nourish it, you give it some water, etc. And the seed will start growing, and then the trees of the plant will coming with the fruits. Now, if somebody says, I need to speak to somebody, then maybe you didn't find out in your qualifying step in the sales process that they're not alone. Is it a partner or husband, wife, etc.? Acknowledge it, say to, I understand. And then you can start digging in. So how do you normally do this? How do you talk about it? Do you talk over dinner, or do you sit down and have a cup of coffee? What do you do? Maybe to handle it, maybe you need to talk to that person. It's not just that you're pushing this person to do it themselves today, but you maybe says, okay, maybe we can set up another meeting where we can discuss it in more details, etc. So the key thing here is always acknowledge. You say to them, I understand you. And don't use the word but. Don't say, I understand you, but let me tell you what is the right thing to do. No, make it nice, make it gentle. And also think about how, if you speak to somebody who want to sell you something, how do you want them to treat you? I don't like to be pushed into something. I like to be helped. I like opportunities. So you have to kind of wave them, say, hey, amigo, there's this opportunity. If you are interested, this could help you become more successful in your life. Well, I will not show you everything today. Today, I will just show you a little bit what could be done. So you give them small bits of information and you keep some mystery there. You can even say, most of our clients become successful for 5 main reasons. Today, I will show you 2 of them. And our next meeting, I will show you the other 3. For example, to keep a little bit curiosity there. If they say, we can't afford it. Maybe they don't have the budget for it and so on. Maybe, you ask him to invest, let's say $10,000, but you didn't ask him in the qualifying step, how are they doing? How's their finances? How much do they earn per month, etc., or the yearly income, etc. So then you can acknowledge it again. I will understand you, makes sense, and You can say, tell me some about it. And you can even say also, do you mean that this opportunity is not important for you at this time? Is it not a vital thing? It's not so important to do it. So you want to, again, ask questions. So if you can hear from me today, the key here is be curious, be interested in them. What do they think? Why do they think like that? Why do they say things? So that you can handle it. Because it's very difficult to handle something you don't understand. For example, if you're going to solve a problem, the first step is to analyze the problem. You cannot solve a problem if you don't know what are the factors of the problem. Logical. Now, or maybe they say, we're already working with somebody else. They may be working with some other investment company or other companies in different forms and so on. You should have known about this when in the qualifying step. Or do you work with other investment or some other network marketing, or you just find out what are they doing. Again, acknowledge them. I understand you. It makes sense. It's good that you're doing. Don't criticize the others. Just say, I understand. But then one very powerful question you could say, now, if you know the other company, say, oh yeah, I heard many good things about them. So don't criticize them, because if somebody are criticizing their competitors, maybe then you can lose the trust with them. But you can ask a very gentle question. What one thing could they do better? Is there something you're not fully satisfied with in their activity? So, for example, when I was selling diamonds, most of the diamonds I was selling mainly in Italy. And I was selling to jewelers, people who are making jewelry. But they already have suppliers of their stones, diamonds, rubies, sapphires, etc. So I knew that. So when I come to them, I also want to offer them my diamonds or colored stones. I cannot say to them, stop working with your normal supplier. I'll just say to them, are there something they could do better, something you're not satisfied with? Maybe you could take an extra supplier, me in this case, to also work with you, so we could work together, so you can compare prices and you could compare conditions or quality, etc. So you're looking for some weakness in them working with somebody else, so you can come in and show them how SkyWorld, in this way, will help them better. Or they could say, we are too busy now, we are doing too many other things. Yeah, you should have found this out earlier in the conversation. But again, acknowledge them. And you can say, so do you mean that this is not in a priority or not so important now? But again, you want to dig. So, but again, how I see it, SkyWorld, it's an opportunity. And you have to explain them why this is an opportunity for you, how you see it, how your team seeing it, and how it could be for that person as well. So, and you can ask them, so you think good opportunities or financial opportunities or working with a team opportunity is not so important now, and then get them talking, and then you can see, can you do something to handle it? And also, of course, when you're dealing with objections, you don't want to work with everybody. SkyWorld is not for everybody. It's for people who are ready, people who can see it. So the same, if you talk to 1,000 people, maybe only 100 of them are the right people to talk to. The same when I was selling diamonds, I went to huge exhibitions, and I just go and talk to the different exhibitors and so on. But I knew I could not work with all of them. I'm looking for these specific clients that is the right fit. Those who are ready for some change, those who's ready for this opportunity. Some people maybe don't believe in new technologies. They don't think it's a good, or their mind is not ready for it. Then drop them and find somebody else. The same if you go looking for gold. So when you go in the desert and you're lifting up the stones, are there any gold here? If there's no gold, you don't stand look in there. You go, no gold here. Go to the next place. So we are busy. And then there is also what is called the unspoken objection. That means they don't say it. They don't say anything directly. So get them talking, ask open questions, build relation, establish the dialogue with them. And if they come up with excuses, well, like just some excuses that, well, they don't say directly, well, I'm a little bit busy these days, or I don't know yet. And so you say, I understand, I understand, I'm just coming here with this opportunity of Sky World. And so many people feel the same way in the beginning, I also did. And so I talked to many people in the beginning, they didn't see it and so on. But may I show you the result you can get from it? So again, ask questions, give information, and so on. And when they ask for information, because of course, in the beginning, people don't know what is Sky World. How does it work? What is the opportunity? What is the technology? How is the finances? And here, be prepared to answer any question so you can explain the features and the benefits to them, because they don't know, and you have to know it very, very well. And if they have what is called malicious objection, they start attacking you, criticizing you. You can feel this negative energy in them. Don't take it personally. Stay calm, ask some qualifying question, or you can explain some features and benefits. And if they don't change, they stay in this negative mindset, just say to waste them. Just say to them, amigo, I don't think this is for you at this time. Maybe at some point in the future, you change your mind and you can see it is working. And if somebody is showing off, let's say somebody, well, I know everything, I know better than you, make them feel important. Don't try to make you important. See, everything, it's about the journey of the client. You work for the client. You want them to be successful. Because the key in business, successful clients makes us successful. So the more people who are successful in your team, the better, more successful you are. So if somebody's showing off, make them feel important. Don't take it personally. Stay calm. All right. So, amigos, are you still here? Are you still with me? Are you still learning things? Write in the chat for me to see it afterwards. I will not look right now, but I will look after your chat. So it's very important for all speakers also to get feedback from you. So, because of course I'm talking very fast going through the process here. So now as a final part here, I will now show some tools for the brave salesperson. This is some techniques that doesn't work for everybody because you have to be very confident of what you're doing. So the first technique is called tell me about it. Now imagine for a moment the prospect or potential client says to you, well, I'm not sure, or I need to think about it, or it's expensive. You don't say anything at first. You keep silent for a couple of seconds, and then you say, tell me about it. And then you shut up. And here it's very important, you shut up. You just say this phrase, tell me about it, and you shut up. And you wait. It can be a very uncomfortable silence, but sooner or later, they are going to start talking. But you need to practice this. You can practice in your family. Let's say you have children, you want them to do sport or to do their homework from school. They don't want to do it. Just look them in the eyes. They say, well, I don't want to do it. Look them, and very calmly you say, tell me about it. But the key is you say it confidently, calmly, in a nice way. So, like I said, it's for the brave salesperson. Not everybody will be able to do it. The second technique, it's called silence. It's a very powerful technique if you dare to do it. The person says, well, it is too expensive. You just sit, you look them in the eyes very calmly, and you say nothing. It can be a very uncomfortable silence, but sooner or later, they will start talking. It is, you have to test it out, test it with the family, with your husband, with your wife, your children, friends, relatives, whatever. Practice. Tell me about it and the silence. And the third one, very powerful. They come up with an objection about price or thing. You ignore it. You don't hear it. They say, well, I need to think about it. You don't say nothing. You kind of pretend you didn't hear it. And you say, now, let me show you the result from one of our clients. The client, he did blah, blah, blah. He did this and so on. And person, oh, I need to think about it. You don't hear it. You just continue your presentation. Let me show you how SkyWorld, it is the amazing new string technology of transportation. We are just now opening the new center here in the Emirates, or this or that and that. Amigo, look at this opportunity. Ignore it. It is so powerful. These three techniques. Tell me about it, silence, or you ignoring and just continuing your presentation. So, your assignment. So write down your objections list, write your script, take whatever you have here from today, and then practice with a colleague. So now I'm coming to the end. So I think my time is up. I even think I went over my time a little bit here. And to summarize what I've talked about here, a little bit introduction about who I am, my background, the success principles, write down your own principles, what you believe in. Persuasion, it is the art of changing somebody's mind. The Q technique, if you will just remember one thing from today, just one thing, asking questions. You want to be a master of asking questions. And how do we become a master of anything? It comes from practice, practice, practice. You cannot learn to ask good questions if you don't ask questions. And when you ask questions, there's a quantity of questions, ask a lot of questions, and there's a quality of questions, which is steering people. You maybe heard the saying, the person who talks don't control the conversation, but the person who asks the right question is controlling the conversation. So the Q technique, the question technique, we talked about the sales process, the 6 steps you can learn more about on the platform, and then handling objections. Objections can very often be handled, not always. Sometimes it takes time. I have had clients. In the beginning, it took me 1 year for them to become a client. Many meetings, they're resisting them, but I kept working at them, etc. So, amigos, now it's over to you. What are you going to do about it? And I just want to say you, on the platform, the adaptation and learning platform, you can learn so much more. Develop your potential. For me, when I started as a speaker and trainer, why did I do it? Because I learned from others. I went to different trainings, events, and I saw the speakers say, wow, and I developed my potential. So go to the platform, learn how you can develop your potential. On the platform is my 5-star system that I have developed over the years. And this course is also on the platform where you can learn in much, much more details what I've talked about today. And lifelong learning, amigos, that is the value of our 21st century. This is where everything is all about, continuously learning, continuously growing. The moment we stop learning, that moment we're starting to slide down. So this is the point why you should take part in the Smart World Community Educational Platform, so that you can develop your potential. And by growing, developing, you will reach totally new levels of success. Because, amigos, there's no limit to success. Success, remember the 2 things, material success and non-material. So you may register on the platform on my course on the link below. And there's many other speakers, trainers with amazing programs, etc. So I want to say thank you to you. This is my wife, Anastasia. Normally, we do all this together. We travel a lot. We are going many places. I even know some of you are from Kyrgyzstan. We're actually soon coming there, just for you to know. And so, amigos, so again, thank you to everybody. Write in the chat, what did you learn in this training? What did you get from it, so that I can get the feedback from you? Because it's, as a speaker trainer, it's very vital to get the feedback from people. What are they learning? So we can also continue growing, developing, etc. So with this, thank you, everybody. I love you. You are amazing people. Continue connecting up with Skyworld so you can develop yourself. That's it. So over to, I guess, to Jana.
Great. We have done it. I was looking through these chats and I see how you say that it was really insightful. You got lots of useful information. You made conspect, you made notes. Well, this is really great. And this is the really first step, the beginning, to be the part of great community, of Smart World community. Well, and we have launched the Smart World Community Adaptation and Training Platform today in 4 languages: Vietnamese, English, Kyrgyz, and Spanish. Well, as another reminder, registration in the program is available on the website, so you can find the link on comments in the chats, also in the broadcast description. Well, everyone who logs in will be added to the chat. This is very important information. Once again, yeah? So everyone who logs in will be added to the chat, where a detailed brief about the training steps in the program will be provided. Well, I also ask that QR codes for Instagram in your regions be displayed on the screen. Be sure to subscribe and mark us in the socials. Yeah, the broadcast description also contains links to the social networks in your regions. So you're welcome to our channels. And we thank the Skyworld community family for joining us today. We say thank you to all the participants, to speakers, interpreters, to a huge team of organizers, and to each other for the preparation and holding of this event. See you soon, friends. Bye-bye.
Education is the force for progress. This truth has been known since ancient times. People have constantly strived for knowledge, expanding the boundaries of the unknown for centuries. Now it's hard to imagine how they read by candlelight, spent weeks trying to get from one country to another, or had to draw portraits instead of taking photo in a couple of seconds. And there are thousands of such examples, but thanks to progress and a strong desire to improve the quality of life, all these difficulties are in the past. Despite the fact that many people aspired to education, it was not so easy to get it. It was a privilege of the upper classes, and most people could only dream of mastering basic skills, for example, reading or writing, which are taught from an early age nowadays. However, now, with the advent of the internet, education has become much more accessible. Almost everyone can get it. People have a huge scope for self-development. Thanks to online training, we can master an advanced specialty, develop useful skills, learn new languages, get additional education, meet interesting people, and all this without leaving home. The importance of self-development is growing every day, and today no one will deny that a modern person needs to study constantly in order to keep up with the times and maintain a decent living standard. Additional education and new skills help you find yourself, your vocation, find new acquaintances and contribute to the development of society. Realizing how much knowledge is in demand in modern society, we have created a Smart World Community Adaptation and Training Platform, a marketplace of courses in a variety of areas: psychology, marketing, personal brand development, sales, social networking and many others. This is a place where you can get comprehensive knowledge in the field you are interested in and become a certified specialist. The SWC Adaptation and Training Platform provides access to information and knowledge from around the world, because international speakers with practical experience in their fields participate in the development and presentation of courses. Developing in 25 countries, Smart World Community will become an accessible platform for residents of the most remote corners of the earth. It will not only help expand the boundaries of the community, but also allow partners and co-owners of Skyway transport technology from around the world to receive additional education right inside our ecosystem. Our community is developing day by day. We are growing, expanding the scope of our capabilities and are not going to stop. We value and encourage the development of our partners, because the growth of each of them as a specialist leads to the growth of the entire community. Smart World Community is an opportunity to develop, reach new heights and ensure your